Alrighty, good morning, Lisha.
Good
So,
morning.
so excited to have your beautiful, bright face again. Alrighty, so we're going to pick up where we left last week, and we are learning how to build the doTERRA business. And like I mentioned last week, now think about baby. When you have a baby, you either nurse them or give them formula. After like maybe 2 months, you start doing the rice cereal, and after that you start doing those baby Gerbers that are vegetables, or you make your own in the blender where you take carrots and blend them and give it to kids. And then little by little you start giving them soups until they start eating regular food. And that's what we have been doing with doTERRA. At first we taught you how to sign up and how to have anyone else sign up and how to make a link generator. Now we're teaching you how to actually build the business, because now we want you to start building your own business, because that's the whole purpose of that's the purpose of why you decided you wanted to do doTERRA at this time in your life. So it's just getting, the meat is going to get, the food is getting a little harder. So the knowledge that we're going to give you is a lot, and sometimes we'll have to try to repeat it, which we always try to summarize it at the end. But just understand that if there's something that kind of goes like, oh my goodness, just say, hey, Father, would you go over that again? Because it does take a little, this is getting a little bit harder to understand how the business works. But I tell you what, you really will need to understand it, because if you want to find people to build the business, this is what you need to teach them. Like, I don't know if I told you, I think I did. We sign up these people from a clinic that's called Never Give Up, and they're going to start using doTERRA in their clinic. This week, I'm going to meet with them to teach them exactly what we're going to go over today. So it is something that you really are going to learn by heart, because you're going to have to teach it to everyone as you start getting people under you to build a team.
Okay.
So remember that the 3 things that we want to work on this week is Taylor to move, your friend to move to our line, and then to create a link generator. Once you create a link generator and just send it to me, I'll send you this class in a PDF format so you can actually review what we have studied. Okay?
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did do a link generator when you very first told me. I decided to hurry and go mess around with it so that I wouldn't forget what to do. So I did post it just on Facebook.
Good.
I'll send it to you though to show you that I did it.
And let me tell you what I'm doing. And again, I hope you're following me on my Facebook and Instagram, and that's really for our team. I call it Fadwa Terra because my Terra people, and Fadwa is my name. But not all the time, but sometimes if I'm talking about a specific product, I'm trying to create a link generator. So if people likes that product, they can just click on it and buy it. So it's a great tool to get people to buy. I actually have sent it 3 or 5 times. Yeah, 3 people in Panama and 2 people here in the US to buy products. And that is how I had a lady sign up with quite a lot of money, because I sent a link generator. So it's a great tool for that purpose. Okay.
Do you get points when they buy stuff from your site?
Of course. So when they sign with the link generator, you get 25% profit.
When they, but say they didn't sign up as a,
you get 25% profit.
Do you get points from what they ordered? Or
yes.
No?
You get 25%. So if they order $100, you get a check for $25.
Right.
And then your points add in your group. So if you need 600 points and you have purchased 100 points and they purchase 100 points, now you show that you have 200 points as a group.
Oh.
Because they're underneath you. So not only do you get a commission, but you get points by what they sign up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, those points is what increase your rank. These are not points to give you LRP money, but are points to increase your rank. And that is the purpose of having people below you. Because whenever, like to become an elite, you need to have 3,000 points. I didn't spend 3,000 points last month. I have people, in fact, it was a lot more than that, but I have people underneath me that amongst all of us, then I go to a certain rank. So your rank is very based on the amount of points of the people that you have below you.
Okay.
So let's say that the first rank is director. I think it is, and it's maybe like 500 points. So if you buy 100 and you have Taylor, you have your friend, you have the lady that had asked you questions in Facebook, and then you have somebody else that buy products, and if each of them buy 100 points and you buy 100 points, you became a director because now you have 500 points in your group, but it's not because you spent $500 or 500 points, but because you have 4 other people signed below you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why the link generator is so nice, because the link generator allows you to have you get a commission for the products that they buy and get points. So you get 2 things, commission and points. These points will help you for rank, and commission is money that you make.
Okay.
Make sense? Good question. Really good question. Alrighty. In fact, let me try to share our computer. I want to show you something. That was such a good question. I'm going to deviate, if you don't mind, for 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like this is what I like about doing personal training, because then we can really kind of customize to what you're asking. I'm going to show you something I'm going to do. You're seeing my screen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to type doTERRA rings, just like that, okay?
Yeah.
And because I want you to see what the rings are. And this is the one that I was looking for, because I like this one. So, oh, but you know what? No, let me do something else. I want to set doTERRA rings PDF file. So I'm actually asking, and this is the one from doTERRA, and you can find this in doTERRA. These are the different rings in doTERRA, but I want you to understand what they are. So a manager will, I believe that's the rank that you may have right now. When you purchase 100 points, you're a manager.
Okay.
Okay. A director right here says a director is a manager that purchases 100 points, but OV, that's the important word. OV means your group. Your overall points is 1,000. Now, you only purchase 100 points, but everybody else underneath you purchased 100 points, so you just became a director.
Okay.
Okay, so here's you as a manager, and all you need to do is purchase 100 points and you have the rank of manager. Now, if you want the rank of director, that's still you purchase 100 points only, and everybody else underneath purchase enough points that is a total of 1,000 points, and now you become a director. To become an executive, which is the next rank, you need to purchase 100 points. And with your group, everybody else makes a total of 2,000 points. So now you're an executive. An elite, you purchase 100 points, and everybody else underneath you purchase 100 points, and it's a total of 3,000 points. And that's what I was trying to teach you last week, and we'll go over it today. That's when you have an organization of about 30 people. And if you have 30 people, including yourself, and each of them are buying 100 points, you became an elite, okay? And elite is the most important rank in doTERRA, because once you learn to become an elite and you teach everybody else how to do it, then you will become a diamond, okay? Then the next rank is called Premier. You purchase 100 points, and your team volume, your OV, is 5,000 points. To become a silver, you purchase 100 points, and now you have 3 people that become elites. Remember when I just said that elite is the most important rank in doTERRA?
Yeah.
Because elite is what makes you start growing. So now as a silver, you have 3 legs. You have 3 very important people that they are building the business and they became elites. As a goal, you still purchase 100 points. And now you have 3 legs, those 3 legs that were elites. When you grow to gold, you help them grow to premier. So every time that you grow, they grow. Then as a platinum, you still spend 100 points, and now you help those 3 people become silvers. Then as a diamond, you still use 100 points, but now you add a 4th leg. Now you have a 4th person that you want to teach them how to become an elite, how to become premier, how to become silver, and then you can become a gold. And then as a blue diamond, you have 5 legs, and as a presidential diamond, you have 6 legs. As a double diamond, you start a second account totally. So these are the ranks in doTERRA: manager, director, executive, elite, premier, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Now, whenever somebody purchases anything below you with like a link generator, you make 25% profit, and those points add up for the rank that you are in. Like if you're silver, premier, whatever rank you're in, it helps you with your rank. And that's why it's important when people buys underneath you, because then you start moving up your ranks. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, but you only move up in rank if they've signed up though, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And that's why you want them to sign up. But if they don't sign up and they buy, you still can get rank for it.
Oh.
Okay. That's the cool thing. So great question. All the way up to premier. So manager, director, executive, elite, and premier. Whenever people buys under you, you still raise on rank.
Okay.
That's it. Now, to become a silver, you need to have 3 elites. But if you still have people buying, it helps you with the rank, because you need a certain, like for a silver, you need to be selling about 9,000 points per month to become silver. So if you have 3 premiers and they sold 8,900 between, and this customer bought 100, that just help you to get that silver. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter what rank you are. Whenever you have people under you, that's called customers that are just buying the products, it helps you with your rank. Okay. And again, this may take a little bit, but if you want, I can send you this PDF, or you can see how I Google it. I just went doTERRA ranks PDF, and it is from the doTERRA site. But it takes a little bit. Just understand that the reason why doTERRA did the link generator is to help people with their ranks, because a lot of people were just buying the products for their friends, and that's good. But then you're always selling them a cost, so you're making no money. When you send them a link generator, they pay retail. It gives you the points. You get 25% retail, and right before they finish the order, doTERRA say, hey, if you sign up for a membership, we'll give you this discount. And sometimes the discount is greater than the $35 membership, and that's why so many people don't sign up. So the link generators are the best thing doTERRA has ever done for us. Okay. Alrighty. Really, really good question. Thanks, Alicia. So moving on to our presentation. Like I said, we are going to be talking about building the guide. And this is, this is a guide that doTERRA has, and everything that I am using today comes from that guide. And it just helps you on how to make sure that you're doing your doTERRA business in a way that is how all the blue diamonds, presidential diamonds, and diamonds have done doTERRA. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here, okay? I'm going to pass quite a lot of items so we can start with the information that we left on. So here it is, and this is the PDF file that I will send you. Once again, do the link generator again, because we want it to be refreshing your mind. If you have your friend that comes and say, hey, Lisha, I noticed that balance, the past tense is 20% off this month. I wonder if you can, I want to order it, send her a link generator. And that's why we want to make sure that you use the link generators. And I will send you all the information of what promotions we have off for the month of June, okay?
Okay.
So when we're building doTERRA, we talk about financial freedom. We talk about the man that has a full-time job, but is thinking that when he's a little older, he may not have the strength to carry baggage to continue in their job. And we all get older at one point or another, as much as we don't want the wrinkles all over our face, that happens. So at one point, we don't have the same strength to work as we did when we were younger. And that's why we want to think of what kind of business I want to have that will continue to give me income even when I'm not working. Let's say that you decide to go wood bash like we were talking about. So what kind of business will allow you to do wood bash? Sorry, I guess I was downloading photos before we talk and they just came through. So that is the purpose of doing a doTERRA business, to be able to start creating a team that is as big as, I don't know if my team will ever be as big as Kenny's of 50,000 people, but is it possible? Oh, yes. I mean, one of my lines only has 280 or 300 people alone on that line. So it can grow. It all depends on how much work you want to put into it. Okay. Okay. So we talk about where are you at? Where is Lisha at this point? Is she hauling buckets? Is she trading hours for dollars? Does she has a limited advance of earnings? Does she has limited freedom? And is she building others' dreams? Are you working for somebody else? And I know you're not, you're working for your own business, which is great, doing the refurnishing. Nadia is actually getting into doing a little bit of that just for her own house. She buys all furnitures and tries to make it look pretty for her house. It's kind of cute.
That's
So,
good.
yeah. Or is Lisha trying to build a pipeline? A pipeline means, are you creating a business that's going to give you income? And that's nice. I mean, honestly, Mark and I, not only through doTERRA, but with House of Drapery, there are days like next week, we'll be in Woodbash for 3 days and I'll come and go, but business still continuing and there are sales happening while we're there. Same with my doTERRA business. Same with like we have rentals. I mean, those things are moving on and income is happening, although we may not be actively for a day or two at the office. And that's what is nice about any business. I mean, for me, I just had somebody sign up with a diamond kit under one of my legs last week, and it was nice to get that commission. That would be about $300, and that's pretty good, you know. And it was because they're under somebody that's under my line. So that is a pipeline. A financial pipeline means businesses that will help you make money even if you're not always working in that business. But like any business, at the very beginning is hard work. We have to work quite a lot in order to make it happen. It's not going to be easy. People are not like these people that sign up for, her name is Brenda. For Brenda, she's been working with them for quite a while. I mean, quite a while until they finally sign up. So we talk about why partnering with doTERRA. We talk about how effective their products are. We talk about how their products their growth has been proven because they are growing as fast as Apple. And we talk about how they do co-impact. And hopefully you saw that video, the frankincense video, that shows what the co-impact is doing by giving schools to the girls in places like Africa. This is where it comes to fun, how to discover our possibilities. And this is where where we're going to start focusing a little bit more today. What is the income that we can make? We want to start with the elite because that's when you really start making a little money in doTERRA. All of the others are little steps and you're making a little commission here, a little commission there. But when you become an elite, you have about $300 to $500 a month. This chart was made back in 2000. Let me see if I can see. I believe it was like 2015. So the numbers can be within the hundreds of. So an elite can make between 365 to 500 right now. But what does it take to make an elite? You have to enroll at least 15 people, and 15 people that are going to purchase at least 100 points every month. And so that is what we're going to do. So not only we're going to have the 3 already homeworks that we have discussed, but there'll be a 4th one at the very last that is to create a list. And this is when we really start doing doTERRA. We're going to create a list of names of everyone that comes to our mind that we want to invite to doTERRA. And you know what? I was just thinking just in this very second, this wasn't part of the lesson, but it's just seriously like what happened to me this morning. This morning, you came to my mind about Wood Bash. And I thought, hey, I'm going to tell Alicia about Wood Bash. I don't make any money. There's a saying that says, if you work, if you get money for what you do, you're an employee. If you don't get money for what you do, you are a volunteer. But if you pay to do what you do, you're a scouter. And it's so true because although I'm a staff in Wood Bash, I have to pay $200 to go to Wood Bash. And I'm helping, but I still have to pay. So I don't make any money out of Wood Bash, but I love it. And I have done it so many times. But you came to my mind, and I thought, oh my goodness, I need to invite Alicia. That is what's going to start with doTERRA. I have a book, and you know what? I didn't get the book. Give me a second. I'm going to show it to you, okay? Just a second.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Okay, one of the things that I like last time the first time that I met with you is that you said, Fadwa, look, I have this book that says Dreams Come True or something like that. Yeah. And I thought, Alicia, you have all the natural skills to become a great leader in doTERRA, because that is one of the things that you need to, is to have your book. This one is doTERRA, and in it, if I go to this area, and I know you might not be able to read it, but anyway, hopefully trust me because I can, yeah, you can't really, I don't think you can read. But anyway, it says my list. And every time that a person comes to my mind, I write it down. I mean, you can see how many pages I passed. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And every time I think of somebody, I write them down. And that is the next thing that we're going to be working on, creating a list. Because in order to make this doTERRA business, you're going to have to sign up a certain amount of people. And it's all up to you. You know, we will tell you what you need, but one of the things that Kenny might, you met Kenny. Mm-hmm. One of the things that Kenny says is, I'll walk with you, I'll try with you, I'll jog with you, or I'll run with you. And same here, you know, we won't push you. You will determine how much you want to do. We talk about you doing a calendar and saying how many hours you are going to spend in doTERRA. Did you figure that one out or not yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna share just the hours. You don't have to tell me your calendar. What do you think you're gonna put into?
Well, since I need to get the things in my home organized too, that's got to be the first thing I get organized, because otherwise I can't move forward.
Yes.
So right now I just figure about 3 hours a day I would put in.
That's excellent. That's a lot. That's good. That's really good. And you know, Alicia, I am the same way. I have to have some kind of organized, like right now, I'm in my dining room because it's nice and organized to have this meeting. Otherwise, my brain doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So, yeah. But that's great. That's excellent. And just decide the different hours. Don't do all of them at the same time, just because when you start contacting people, Sometimes if your time is 9 to 12 and they are never home between 9 and 12, you're never going to get a hold of them. So try to move them different hours. But that's excellent. That's really, really good. So right now, you're going to start deciding what I'm going to do in order to accomplish the rank of elite, because that's when you really start seeing some money. As you start signing up people, you'll see the commissions that will come. But when you start getting ranks is when you start making some money, more money in doTERRA. So the rank of elite, you need to have, like I said earlier, at least 30 people buying 100 points a month. But for right now, we're saying enroll 15 people. We want to start, and people that, and I like to present it to people in this way, Lisha. And I have not contacted Tiffany, to be honest with you, because I thought, I wonder if you want to contact Tiffany and put her below you, instead of me contacting Tiffany and having it, because I thought maybe that's what we want to do. So I keep thinking of Tiffany, but have not contacted her because I'm trying to decide what will be better. But when I contact people, I say, hey, you buy stuff in the store. You go and buy soap, toothpaste, what is it called? Mouth rinse, detergents, vitamins for your children. A lot of mothers buy vitamins for their children. Facial, shampoos, they're all these things you're buying. Why not to start buying through doTERRA, like what we talked last time? They are healthy, they are clean, and then you start also getting some money back. In the case of doTERRA, you get like 10% back for the LRP. So at first, you start finding people that are willing to just use the products and just, instead of going to a departmental store to buy certain products, they can buy them in doTERRA and they can become part of your team. So one thing you want to do, I'm going to try to go to, Mike showed you. Is that I usually go and show people all the items that they can buy in doTERRA. Not only they have oils to buy, but they also have cleaning supplies. And I try to show them, look, you have, oh, I went a little bit too fast. You have hand wash, you have detergents, you have toothpaste, you have drops in order to increase your immune system. You have to wash your soap, you have rinser, and you have a hand sanitizer. And a lot of people during the winter or the spring use a product called Zinc. I don't know if you're familiar with Zinc, Z-I-N-C.
Oh, yeah.
Not to get sick, doTERRA On Guard is a lot better than that because it's natural and increases your immune system. So that's one thing that I show them. Then I show them breathe products. I say, look, who doesn't have a sore throat throughout the year? Here's for sore throat. Who doesn't have a cold? This is like Vicks, but a lot better than what we grew up with, Vic Vaporub. And this is one for your children to carry in their pocket. They're having problems breathing, put it on their nose, put it on their chest. Then I show them the Deep Blue products because we're all into exercising. We're all trying to lose weight. I mean, all of us. Doesn't matter who, what, when, or how much, we all are. Deep Blue is great for exercises. We also have Deep Blue oil in case that we have any bones that are hurting, and Deep Blue supplements, which are amazing to help with the bones in our body. Then I show them the Digestion products. Digestins are great. All these products are amazing. A lot of people take Tums whenever they have a tummy ache. Digest Tabs does a lot better. TerraZyme, people have problems digesting, especially when they start getting a little older. TerraZyme breaks all of your food. Our foods are having a lot of synthetics and pesticides because that's how we cultivate our food, and that's very hard on our stomach. And a lot of people get congested. They get, oh, what is it called? Anyway, their stomach gets really hard and they constipated. They become constipated, and TerraZyme helps you to break the enzymes of your food. Digestin, if you have a stomach aches, you can put Digest PB's Assist cleans your intestines. When we eat, our intestine is like a pipe that all the dirty stuff goes through it, but it gets dirty. So we need to clean our intestine with PB Assist. So these are the products that will help you with that. Sendocrine is great for problems with the liver or kidneys. Then I show them the items of personal care. I said, look, if you have acne issues with Shahar, I mean, she's dealt with those for years. In fact, after Taylor started using that Accutane, Shahar has done Accutane many times. I was so happy when Taylor had the baby and he was just fine because, you know, it kind of worries you when they start using the Accutane.
Yeah, she didn't use it for very long because it was so scary.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah,
why I
she
keep telling Shahar,
stopped.
yeah, don't use it for too long. She uses this and she's used the Accutane here and there. So here's the essential skin products. These are for a little bit in doTERRA. These are for people that are on their golden youth, 40 and older, and these are for 40 and younger. These are the spa products. It has all kinds of lotions, batters, soaps. These are the deodorant and the shampoo. So as you can see, there are so many things. Supplements for children's vitamins. DDR is perfect for cell issues. These are for women, either for women that are starting puberty or women that are going through menopause. These are great. Claricon for the that blend for the monthly days of our lives. Bone nutrients to help us with osteoporosis, and also phytoestrogen, which is the better estrogen to help us regulate our hormones. In fact, I may be putting Najila in the phytoestrogen because she just started her time. She just started in September, but sometimes she goes like 3 weeks and she's still having a period. And I talked to the doctor and she says we need to put her in some kind of estrogen. So I'm going to do phytoestrogen. That's a natural product instead of having the hormonal that the doctor will give them. And then,
Mm.
of course, the long life vitality vitamins that the reviews of it are incredible because it helps you with your nervous system, emotional, cardiovascular, bones, and your eyesight too. So incredible products. And then for those of us that are still working on weight management, this is the incredible. I mean, there's a whole set which is your Slim and Sassy. This is what I take every morning. I'm working right now because I kind of want to lose a couple extra pounds, so I'll take in the mornings and a nice and a great lunch. But it comes with the gum. The gum helps me when I kind of get that desire to eat more candy. So we have so many products that people would usually buy in the regular store. So I like to show to them, look, instead of buying a store, buy them here and you're getting that 10% rebate back that you can continue buying products and you're buying natural products. So that's
Mhm.
why you write your nice list and start thinking who are people that will be interested on products that are healthy so I can start having them be underneath me in my team. And that's what we're trying to accomplish today, and that is to learn, just a minute, from Corinne, to learn how to become a lead, and is start to create a list. And there are many possibilities. You can also, let me grow this a little bigger. Um, we also talk about fast start. And this is what I want to also concentrate our time today on refreshing what is fast start. So this is Lisha. If Lisha signs someone today to buy 100 points, Lisha makes $20. And if that person buys 100 points for the next 3 weeks, Lisha makes $20 every single week that that person buys for 60 days. And that's what I call a child, if you have a child. If that child has a grandchild, meaning that that person signs somebody else, you, Lisha, start making 10%. If they buy 100 points, you make $10. And if that person signs up a grandchild, a grandchild, a great grandchild, you, Lisha, make 5%. You will make $5 of anything they buy. That happens only for the first 60 days. So on the first 60 days, you get 20%, 10%, 5%. After the 60 days, you go in this bracket right here. In the first level, meaning your children, you will make 2% after 60 days. Your grandchildren, you will make 3%. But then your great-grandchildren, you're back to make the same amount, 5%. The next person, 5%. The next person, 6%. The next person, 6%. And the next person, 7%. So you make a lot more as you start growing deep. Think of a tree. A tree grows up with a lot of leaves, but also down with a lot of roots. It has been said that whatever size in the top of the tree is the same size of the roots of a tree. So that is how strong a tree is. In the same way, you want to grow in doTERRA. You want to have very, very strong roots, but you start with your children, hoping they have grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great and great and great and great and more and more and more and more down. And that's what you want to do in doTERRA. The nice thing is that once you start growing, for instance, this month I have a great leader in Panama. And I say, hey, Juan, you need to make sure your order goes through. He made the power of 3 this month. I said, make sure you order 100 points. Because as a leader, that's my job, to make sure that you guys don't lose a chance. And I called him 2 days before the end of the month. I called him the end of the month, but he still didn't. And it's so sad because he just lost to make all this percentage. But guess who's going to make it now? I am. Which I'm happy, but I'm sad because I would have rather he make it, because I want my leaders to grow. But you know, you can call, you can remind, you can ask, but after that, then he comes and says, oh, file on my credit card, but then it's too late. We can't do nothing. But that is the one thing. If this person, let's say this person didn't buy, doTERRA doesn't let you lose everybody else from level 4 down. They just move them up. And that's one characteristic that doTERRA has that no other MLM company does. Usually, if somebody in one of your levels don't buy, you lose everybody else below. doTERRA does something that's called compression. Compression means that if you're missing a hole, doTERRA immediately just lift it up so that the next person becomes that level. So everybody else can keep making commission. And that's really nice. Very, very nice that doTERRA does that. So this fast start bonus is the first 60 days. And this uni level 1 through 7, is what happens after 60 days. Now, you need to become an elite to be paid on level 5. You need to be a premier to be paid on level 6. And you need to be a silver to be paid on level 7. What that means is that they want to make sure you have the rank, and that's why it's important to build properly. And that's what I'm here for. Once you start building doTERRA, I'll teach you how to build properly. Okay? Now, the power of 3 is how we want to start. We want to start by you having 3 people that are going to commit to buy. Now, I'll tell you what, doTERRA says 3. I tell my people 5, okay? Because there is a saying in Spanish that says, let me see if I can translate it. Shrimp that falls asleep is taken by the current. Meaning, usually there is somebody that forgets to do it or forgets to place their order. So you always want to have at least 2 extra people. But if you have 4 people ordering 150 each, you will start making $50. That's why I said put 2 other people. That way everyone only has to order 100 points each and you still make $50. But out of those 5 people, you want 3 people that are going to be builders. Builders mean people that are going to start building the business and building below. Because you want them to find 3 people or 5 people that want to start buying the products. Just like I showed you, doTERRA has plenty of products that we buy every month from other stores. Let's buy them from doTERRA so we can start a business and Not only that, so we can have a better health. I mean, look at all that you told me last week on how I make you sneeze like crazy, you know? And whenever I go to hotels and I forget to take my shampoo, then I become like, I'm itching like crazy because my scalp is getting so used to the oils instead of regular shampoos. So it's good when our bodies are starting to like the healthy products instead of products that are full of chemicals.
Yeah.
So when you have each of your three builders do the same thing, find three people, and a month in buy 600 points, this is the key number, then you make 250. And then when they do the same thing, you make 1500. This is my favorite because I believe this is a nice sustainable income. Making $1,500 to me almost pays for a house payment and is still a little extra. So when you start doing a power of three, that's when you start like, wow, I can now pay my house by just having the power of three. But it
Yeah.
takes 39 people to get to this point. That is why
Right.
we start writing a list and start finding people that wants to start using doTERRA products. Because for this, we only need them to start buying at least 100 to 150 points a month. That's it. If they don't want to build, that's fine. We just want them to start buying the products from underneath us so we can create this building. Okay. We also talk about what is called the leadership bonus. And this, when you become a premier, you get like 1%. I said when I became a silver for the first time, I really can't remember. I gotta find that check. It was $3 or $5 or $700. I don't remember because, you know, the first time I was like, whoa. The second time, like, wow, this is really nice. What this is just money from the global sales. doTERRA takes 1%, no, they take 2% of all their $2 billion that they sell a year, and they divide it among the leaders. But you have to have a higher rank, and a higher rank is premier and above. That's why if you're premier or silver, you get 1%. If you're silver, gold, and platinum, you get 2%. If you're diamond, blue diamond, presidential, you get 1%. And this seems like a lot, the same as here, but this is a different 1% because there are only like 300 that are in this bracket. There are very small people on that bracket, or there are a small amount of people on that bracket. So this is the business of doTERRA and the opportunity to do business on doTERRA. So this is when we can start changing lives. And there are many ways that we can help people change lives. We can help people change lives by first starting to become debt free. Why? They'll earn more money and they will be able to start paying their debts and they will be able to have a little bit more financial freedom. They are also going to start working smarter. Like you're going to have people that are going to depend on you. You're going to have to train them. You're going to have to go and help them with classes. And that's something you and I will start doing pretty soon as part of the training that we're doing. So you're going to become a smarter thinker because you're like, okay, I need to do this and this and this to keep the house, but I need to do this and this to keep my team, and I need to do this and this and this to keep the children, which should be the priority before the house. So children and a spouse, your house, your job. But you start becoming, creating a skills that will help you to become smarter. By earning more money, you will have, hopefully you'll start getting out of debt. You'll become generous because you'll have a saving account and you start having a financial freedom. And also you start giving a little bit more and you already have some goals and desires of what you want to do. Then by working smart, you have more time. And sometimes that time can be fun because you can always fill time with more work. And some people just loves to work and they fill with that. There are days that that's all I do, but there are other days that we take off for 4 or 5 days and we just have fun and enjoy it. And I only answer to text whenever somebody needs me, but I cancel all meetings and just enjoy it. And there are times that you start building dreams and you have time to self-improve. You have time to take classes and to go to opportunities that will help you be a better person. And then you do what you love. You travel, you get education, you serve other people. So that is how we create a different income because we're changing our own life. Now, There are many ways to do this, and we have talked about this already, but let me just make it a little bit bigger. There it is. Hopefully. Okay. So we talk about goals. When you tell me you work 3 hours, I thought this is great. In order to become an elite, we want to work 3 to 5 hours a day in order to become an elite. So you'll be able to do that, but we need to start enrolling customers. We need to start people. Is that you talking?
No.
Oh, how funny. Huh. I just hear like there was somebody else there, but okay. I thought you were asking me a question and it came like a really funny sound. Okay,
No,
I'm making this.
else is mixed in with ours.
Okay, making this big. Anyway, to become, if you want to become a premier and start making or a goal income, that's when we start working about 10 hours, a little bit more. Then when you become a diamond, we're going to work like a full-time job. I mean, this is now becoming a full-time job when you are working 40 hours a week and you start making, your own business. Now, how we're going to do all this? There are 3 steps to do this, okay? And again, let's talk about that pipe that we began, the story of the man that built the pipe. Your pipe is going to have 3 parts. First, it's going to call PIP. First, prepare. That is what we have been working on the past 4 weeks. We have been preparing Lisha. She has come to training every week very faithfully, and we appreciate that you're always on time, responsible. You're here. I never have to worry about, oh, is Lisha going to show up today or not? No, you're always here. That I really appreciate it, because you have no idea how many times people tell me they'll do meetings, and then they're like, hello, and then an hour later, sorry, can we do it now? I'm like, oh, because I honestly have like things going every day, so it's like, so anyway, I really appreciate that you have always been here, so thank you. But that's what we have been working on the past 4 weeks, preparing Lisha, how to understand the source to you website, how to understand your own website, how to create your biography, etc., etc. Now we're going to work on inviting. That is what we're starting to work. And we're going to do that by creating our list, creating a nice long list with tons and tons of names so you can start inviting others. And then we're going to start presenting. We're going to learn how to give classes. And I'll actually come and help you do some of them, but I'll do some and you'll do the rest because you need to learn how to do it. So those are the steps that we're going to work on. Prepare, invite, present. And just talking a little bit about those steps. Once we do that, it gets even funner because we're going to share more about doTERRA. We're going to teach more about it. So we'll start enrolling people. Once you enroll people, you have to support them. Part of support is what we're doing right now. I like to do these 12 mentoring classes just so we have that one-on-one, you and I can answer any questions and I can help. But this is a continuous. After the 12 weeks, we still have times where we'll meet and get that support. So this is your whole pipe on how you're going to build doTERRA. So they're going to be the 3 steps. First, you're going to live a wellness life, which you already do. You have been doing this for years. You have been using the products, you know how they work, your family uses, and you love them. But what we're going to concentrate right now is to share with others. And you do that. I mean, you already shared with the lady in Facebook not too long ago. So now we're going to start sharing more by creating a list and mentally saying, who am I going to share? Because if you're going to spend 3 hours a day doing doTERRA, what are we going to do with those 3 hours? Okay, and that's what we'll talk in just a minute. And last, you'll launch your business. How do we launch your business? We're going to start doing classes. We're going to start having a calendar when you do things on certain days in order to get this business going. So here it is. By the end of this week, we want to find 30 names of people that we want to share doTERRA with, okay? because next week we're going to learn how to share products. Because now we're just building. In the next few weeks, we're going to build in order to start doing classes. So what do we do with our 3 hours in doTERRA? This is our suggestion to begin with, okay? One day, concentrate on working homework, because you're always going to have a little homework. That's part of being in classes. There is no class that is going to go anywhere unless you have something to work on during the week. This week we have on working with Taylor, and see if she can send the email so she can start going under you. Talk to your friend with the hopes that your friend doesn't buy anything, but she sends the same email, simple email. Hi, my name is Taylor. My ID is such and such. I would like to move under Lisha Bourne ID number such and such. Thank you. That's it. Since she hasn't bought for 6 months, they'll just move her. Same with your friend. So those are the two things we want to work on, helping both of them with that. The other is being familiar with the link generator. Create a link generator for someone to sign up only with the membership. Create a link generator for a person to sign up with the family kit. And create a person to sign up with the aroma touch kit, just to give you 2 different kits. Okay. The fourth thing is creating this list of 30 people. And at first it may seem like it's not really hard to do, but not only do you want to put the names, but you want to put their phone numbers and their email address, because we're going to start communicating with them. So that's what you can do on the first day or on the second day, because it might take you a little longer to come up with those names. On the third day is go back, make sure that you have a story to tell in your, and I think you do, I don't remember. When people goes to my,
I do, but I want to add more.
did you, okay.
I don't know, like there's one part you can add only a certain amount of characters, and then there's another one you can add more.
Okay. And one thing, Alicia, feel free to copy from mine. It's not my original. Actually, somebody told me to copy from theirs.
Okay.
Right here, can you see how I said chop doTERRA? Just go in there and copy that and copy on yours. Don't copy my story at the end because you want to put yours.
Yeah.
But that's another thing you want to do.
Okay.
And we learned this on our very first class, and that class is in the YouTube channel if you want to refresh on how to do it. Okay. So that's another thing that you can do on your, so we have 2 days that you're working on the home, 1 day on the homework, the other one on the list, another one creating this. Another one is learn certain, I'm going to say spills, okay? If somebody wants you to tell them about the family kit, I want you to be able to tell me with 1 sentence what each item is good for.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And do the same for the LLV. So that will be for the other 2 days, because to me, right now do Monday through Friday. That's it. That gives you 5 days worth of what you want to do with those 3 hours, because you want to start being, and last but not least, make sure you did write your calendar. Like today, Monday, for me, is a whole day. I will work from about 9 o'clock in the morning until about 5:30 to 6 in doTERRA. Today is my whole day doTERRA. And then the rest of the week, I put certain hours. But Monday is my whole day because I have a lot of people to do meetings with, and I have to prepare for trainings and so forth. But do something like that where okay, Mondays I do 10 to 12 because Fado and I talk a little bit, and it takes us a little longer than the hour because we want to talk too before we start the class. So that's your, Monday, that was your 10 to 12 with Fado, and maybe an hour extra just to write down things on how you're going. And then on Tuesday, 9 to 11. But learn to sit down and actually do it. If there is a secret to do doTERRA business, is your discipline. If you learn that if it's like going to a job, if you had a job and you have to be there at 8 o'clock, you don't just call them and say, hey, today I'll show up like at 9 or 9:30. Hey, girl, if you're not there at 8, you're goner. They won't have you working more.
Right.
Do the same with your doTERRA business. This is your business. And I tell you, sometimes it's different and difficult, but it's possible. And it's the best thing you can do to start this business. Create a schedule. And like I say, I won't ask you for it because it's yours. But if you want to share it, I'm here to be a sounding board. But make sure you create it and then try to live by it as strictly as possible. There will be emergencies, then you have to take care of the emergencies. But when there are, try to live by that schedule. I mean, look at how good you have been to be here at 10 o'clock for our meetings. You have a commitment with me. Make that commitment with Lisha. Lisha wants to start a business. If you cannot keep that commitment with yourself, it will be hard to create a doTERRA business, because the only way to make your own business is by creating that commitment. Mark has to get out of the house every day. It's his business, but he has to get out of the house. If he doesn't get out of the house, he's not going to sell anything. On Tuesdays, I go to the office and I work 12 hours at the office. Every Tuesday, I do House of Drapery from the moment I get there until about 10 o'clock at night. And only take 2 hours to do my doTERRA, because there are a couple people that like to meet on Tuesdays, so I meet with them that day. But so what I'm telling you is that you, as a business owner, that's the one thing you have to learn: discipline. Create your schedule and follow it as strictly as possible. Now you know the things that you can do on the schedule, since you're going to start it this week with the items that we just discussed, that you have plenty to do, but this will give you the opportunity to start being serious about it. Because as we keep building, now we're going to learn, okay, next week, what do we do with those 30 names that we just wrote down? Because we're going to start building your business. That is what we're going to start doing. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. That's where we're going to end it for today. And I'll just give you with the same tab that I left you last week, because I like this one. It's so good. And it's the one that doTERRA has. And it's true. doTERRA brings hope, heals hearts, raises leaders, and helps us live dreams. I've seen people that has been living their dreams of what they wanted for doTERRA. I have a different dream with doTERRA than most people. Like doing this with you, this is my dream. I don't know. We always knew each other. I mean, we have, for years and years and years. And somebody, Tiffany, actually said to me many years ago, says, it is true that your friends choose your friend. No, excuse me. It's true that your children choose your friends, because I'm friends to my children's parents, but I'm getting to know you a lot better because of doTERRA. This is my dream, because I'm not a social person either. I can, with my House of Drapery and my rental business, I can spend 12 hours every day working on that and it still not be done. Right. But doTERRA helps me to do this. I've been loving to get to know you better. I'm like, this is so cool, because we share what we live. There are things that we have in common, and we're building a friendship that maybe we wouldn't have built if it wasn't because we started doing this.
Right.
So I'm living my dream, and I'm getting to know so many people like you have no idea, because doTERRA is stretching me to something that it wasn't me. It just, but this gives me I love talking about doTERRA. I love talking about the products, and it's fun. So you can live the dream that you create for yourself with this business, as long as you're disciplined. So think about discipline this week because you're going to struggle. There are some days that you're going to be like, oh, I can't give it 3 days, 3 hours. I can't do it. Well, if you give 2 hours the next day, make out the difference. But learn to own your own business. When you own your own business, you have to have discipline. And that's what I want to leave you with. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm very excited too. Really, really excited, actually. And I'm excited if you get to come to Wood Flash. That will be even better. So I'll send you all the info.
Yeah. That's perfect timing.
Okay, perfect. So I'll send you the info, and we'll plan to see each other again on Monday anyway at 10 o'clock, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Lisha. Take care. We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.